Okay. So I think that might actually the the one of our very first webinars was kind of uh more encompassing what Turkey has done um in
Hmm.
a big picture. That probably would be a very good presentation. I think, and perhaps more in the research area, I think that would be a very good presentation because I don't know anyone who has done the work. I've said this before, the work that has been done in Turkey, the all-encompassing work, the building of relationships, and with really important people in different areas. You have managed as well, not only people in different areas, but people in different areas who are willing to put in extra time to make it work in their area, like Gaye and
Hmm.
Burju and Meltem and Senna. I mean, these people are just amazing. And Özgün, you know, Özgün. So,
Hmm.
well, and Ukum. I mean, she's a medical doctor and still she works a lot
Yes.
with the teachers. I mean, it's just amazing
Hmm.
that these people they don't just do a little bit. They really are quite influential in their areas. Um, and so that is very important. And you have others that we don't see as much
Yes, there are because.
Erda and
Mhm.
and yeah, some other like that. So I think that would make a good presentation and probably more than just, I mean, I think that could make a whole half hour. So it would be like two presentation slots in a half an hour because I don't think you can just do it in 10 minutes.
Well, I was thinking about, we were thinking about this morning about putting that systems thinking projects in the universities. Maybe we can couple this with the systems thinking uh, projects in the schools, so they can uh, complement each other. Uh, and because, for example, we have Meltem in both sides, and maybe she and we have four academicians, probably Gaia or Burcu would be willing to, or both of them would be willing to present something, and Meltem might present because she was uh, in the society or the association from the very beginning, and
Yeah.
he knows what's going on. And as a, I'm always afraid of, or not, not afraid, but I have some concerns about being an engineering in such a
I
domain.
know. I know
So
you
it is
do.
much better for Meltem as an educator and one of them. So it is much safer worldwide. So.
Right, but you have a unique quality in your ability to listen and be supportive and to treat your colleagues as equals in education. In the United States, I think people in the outside world, which I would say, would be the business world or the
Mhm.
other professional world, tend not to think of people in education very highly.
Hmm.
They don't hold them in the same at the same level, but you do, and that comes across very clearly. So there are a lot of qualities that you have and and skills that you have that really make this work as well. That is a big advantage. So anyway, I'm not sure that we could even find anybody like you in the United States who would be willing to do a work like you do, but still, maybe they'd have to be retired or something.
Yes.
Um,
Retirement is a very freeing event.
yes,
Because
yes,
when I was doing the consultancy work, I naturally I didn't have that much time, and much of
right,
the time goes to the customer.
right, right, right.
So
So, have you done anything with the Miro board that's new or
well, I didn't update the Miro board with the list we had. We go over about 28 presentations that teachers from the Meltem School had done previously, and some projects they are currently working on, and we select uh, five of them. We think because there will be uh, five sessions, and for each session there will be two presentations. So at most 10 presentations will be done for middle school, and maybe we select five of them, but we can decrease it, of course, or increase it.
yeah,
We tried to for them to be in different areas, physics,
right, right.
biology, and economics. And if well, there's if we have time, I can tell some about price mechanism, the play that the game we adapt. Actually, it wasn't the original one. We played four times, and each time with Erda and Sibel, the teacher, and Meltem, of course. We after each game we sat down and improve according to the feedbacks, and we gave a shape. And now I think it is very engaging, and it directly shows how the price sets, uh, not sets, but it starts to go to a target or a what it is not a set value, but it is a kind of not the balanced, but mm,
It's kind of asymptote. It's it converges to a
yes, it
value,
converges, but it kind of oscillates
oscillates.
over some value. But that value is the equilibrium price. So the
Is
teacher
this in middle school or in primary school?
No, actually, these are high school students, but the game
Oh,
is very well be played by middle school students. I'm not sure about primary school students, but the thing is, you get a card and you have, if you are a buyer, you have some money, and if you're a seller, you have a cost. So you cannot sell this under that cost, and you cannot buy more expensive
yeah.
than you have money. So we create a kind of bargaining session, and students try to have an agreement on the price. And whenever two agrees on something, there is a facilitator, another student. With this student, they register the price and the names, their names, and we have which when they mention the name, we can find what was the money he or she had and what was the cost he or she was. And I create a simple Google Sheets, and when written, it just automatically calculates the value added, or the money between the cost and the price, and the difference between the money the buyer has and the price. So they are trying to increase that difference, but whenever they try to increase that difference decreases because they are pulling the same thing
In
on
two
the other
directions. Yeah.
directions, and they just feel those loops trying to equilibrium, go to the equilibrium,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and teacher was very happy on. I can clearly see how they understood how a price uh, sets to any number, and we can just we haven't done that, but there are many other possibilities that we can increase the, for example, sellers, or increase the money they have, the buyers. We can put some price ceilings, or some kind of any kind of inferences to the system, and see how they, without knowing, uh, invisible end, they start to emerge that new
Yeah.
equilibrium.
Interesting. That's really interesting. So are you going to have a presentation on that?
Yes, we decided to suggest we can do that because it is in
Yeah.
economics, and it might be interesting, and actually it is uh, an introductory level. Not you don't have to be a modeler or experienced systems thinker or teacher to do that, because Sibel, the teacher was very novice, and you don't,
Yeah.
all you need to do is to manage or facilitate the game, and it is not a very complicated game because we have all the cards and
Right.
data and data manipulations, and all the formulations are there
Yeah.
in the, so it is
So
easy.
it would be good if that's a presentation that the directions for the game and maybe the handouts for the game would be available
Yes,
for
we
the
can do that,
people who watch. Yeah. Yeah. That would be
and we
good.
can put the Google Sheets on somewhere they
Yeah.
can make a
Yeah.
copy of or
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
themselves. And today, one of the PhD students, a math teacher from, of course, Meltem School, now she's in Budapest, Hungary, and she decided to include systems thinking in her PhD research.
Frozen. Okay.
Uh, so she is currently working. The previous proposal was about using games, online games, in mathematics education, and now she also included the systems thinking and Stella Online modeling along with online games. And what I was thinking about was that it both of them are they might be very complementary, because uh, games are agent based, and you, you are some kind of a protagonist, or someone in the
Yeah.
game, and you do something, and this is good for learning the things in the game. But for the
Yeah.
transfer, you need to have a abstraction phase, and that abstraction phase, modeling might help. So
Yeah.
what I am doing in, or what others doing, what we are all doing in this game, for example, creates a resource depletion, or creates a pollution increase, or increase in population, and with that population, very simple models, but that might complement the
Yeah.
gains, or maybe without this kind of an abstraction, game might fall back to its main purpose, that is
Yeah.
entertainment. So it didn't it might not serve as a learning tool.
Yeah. Huh.
So that was
Well,
another.
yeah, that's interesting. That's good. Have you contacted Özgen about filling in some of that spreadsheet that I sent to you last time about different activities, systems thinking activities that could be done at different grade levels?
Well, we were to have a meeting, but she first, as she's a supplementary teacher, they call her, and she had to leave. We couldn't make the meetings two times, and after that, I think she got ill. And today, before
Oh,
the this meeting, we text messaged, and we are going to meet on Wednesday. If she's okay, uh, I will tell her what.
yeah,
Actually, I have more or less know what might be the alternatives, but she can make some adaptations, or she can
right,
choose one
right,
over
right.
the other.
And then we need someone for middle school, someone to be able to list some of the ideas for middle school. Maybe we can ask Senna.
You
Um,
can, yes. Well, actually, the problem is the language. Currently, we have not many in English.
Translations of the lessons, right?
Yes, and maybe we can do, because we have time until March. Maybe we can, if we happen to see Gaye. She is very busy. I know that she's
Right. She's,
coming to.
but I think I do think uh, that Don would be willing to start on some of them
Hmm.
because he can just use the text and translate it with like Google Translate or AI or something like that. He could get started on some of those.
So yes, maybe
Um,
we can combine these two, and we have talked about it, and
right.
we can just.
I was thinking for the middle school, the one on uh, recycling, and the one on um, what is it? Wealth of the company, wealth of a country, and
Emissions.
the emissions. I think those would be really great. Both very important.
Mhm.
Um,
And they
that
are
could be
based on all real data,
right.
nations or
Yeah, yeah.
international
So
organizations.
I anyway, I'm just thinking we don't need a lot, but we need something at each grade level
Yes,
so that oh, and then of course the body, the human body
yes,
system
it is.
all of those are really important.
Well, actually, the body evolved. That part evolved a lot, because one of the teachers, not in Meltem school, but she was in Meltem school, and she had a master class in one of the universities that Hasset was lecturing with me and Ülkem, and she selected as the systems that unit, systems in our body unit, to work with system thinking tools, and the other one is control group, and to check if both are what is the effect of doing this. But while doing this, she's very enthusiastic, and she wants to do a perfect job. And uh, she's currently, we have many modifications and revisions. And for example, last one was interesting, not very technical. Uh, Her colleagues, one of her colleagues, uh, demanded to time, what hmm. You pull the time from somewhere to somewhere in Stella. interface. You can
Oh,
drag.
that little
Yes,
bar that you can go backwards and forwards in the time
yes.
of the
You can do
simulation?
drag time.
Right, right.
That, that she wants that I always put it to the upper right part of. If I can find the place, I try to put that.
Yeah.
She wanted to be on the bottom corner because in the class she is not very high, short, so she couldn't
Point
uh,
to it.
point to it and she couldn't use it. So even
Uh,
that detail is important because she couldn't
yeah,
use the tool.
right, right.
So many modifications, even this kind
Yeah,
of modifications
right.
were done. So maybe in the end, a couple of months, she will be finished using it. And the last version, we totally uh, change it to English, and we have another version of the English version.
Okay. I'm writing these down for middle school, so I remember.
Mhm.
I think I would not write down the physics one because that is so special that people have to understand physics, the
Yes,
work and force and all that. It was really good for a physics class, but the recycling and the wealth and emissions and the human body systems are more they're more generic in the
yes.
sense that more people would understand them.
And actually, we maybe we can. I think one of yes, I think we list Sena as one of the presenters about in science curriculum because we have force and velocity and uh, in energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, and we have, I think, deduced everything in Newton's theory of motion into a couple of one, two, three, four stocks.
Yeah,
Uh, all the behavior is there actually. If it is two-dimensional, then we can just make a copy of it, and this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, because fortunately, in nature, the motion in x-axis is independent from the motion in y-axis, and they do not uh, change one another, as far as I know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
for some, for example, yes, it does in electric fields, but not the gravitational forces. So that might be interesting because if that part is uh, understood in early uh, ages or early levels of education, then the other parts are very easy to construct one over the other. Because in physics, there are thousands of formulas. It seems there are thousands of formulas because they are all comes from one the other, and you put anything, some part of the other, and you create another uh, formula. Yes, another one to memorize. And actually, there is very nature behaves very simple. Uh, you can, of course, derive everything from there, but if you know that in the basic there is that part stable there, at least it gives me very high confidence on myself that yes, this is one, and whatever it should base on this three or four relations.
Um, can we talk for a minute about a primary um,
We
or a
can
lake? Or a
Aral
lake?
Lake, yes, we can do that. Aral Lake, and
And
we have some uh, storybooks. Well, actually, one of we can have one storybook, that silent book, without any text in, on only visuals. One of the teachers is very good at it, so it can. be interesting because I'm sure Water Center will be presenting some storybooks. And
Right, right. So is it ARAL Lake?
yes,
ARAL. Do
like
you have other kinds of things you do for primary?
and maybe the compost. Uh, Actually, we are currently working on a project, not yet started. We will ask permission to do that from the principal this Thursday, uh, about introducing systems thinking to first graders. Currently, they are not able to read or write. But before reading and writing, actually not for reading and writing, the teacher is interested in mathematics and she wants them before starting addition and subtraction, uh, she wants to introduce uh, behavior over time graphs in various different topics, uh, to introduce the concept of increase and decrease. And putting all these concepts, if there is an increase for that particular uh, variable, that increase is an inflow, and the other one is outflow. So it will be an 8 lesson 4 week project, and we are planning to complete it before the first semester, the first holiday. Uh, so in middle of December, if it is accepted. If not, because the principal is very supportive, but sometimes too supportive, that let's make this a huge thing and uh,
Yeah,
do it through the years, and then we can just miss the date.
yeah, yeah. Okay, this is good. We're starting to fill in some of these ideas. So this is good. Well, our time is kind of up. Are there things we should be working on between now and next week? Do you think?
Well, I don't know because what I was thinking about to discuss about starting publishing the event page, if we are okay on that page. I
Well,
can. Mhm.
okay. I have this person who can do, what was I waiting for? Who
The
oh,
flyer.
is the yeah, he can make a digital flyer for us
Mhm.
so that we can start advertising it.
And I can just start publishing it in the event page on that 22nd of March, and I don't think anybody could easily find it. And I updated the fields in the registration form, and we can just start publishing, but not start advertising it. And we can just take. Uh, he can just take all the information from there, maybe. Uh,
So did you put the check mark for we can use your name and email, or are you thinking this is not a good idea to give everybody a participant list?
well, that email part is very. Uh, it might be a problem because even if they give, maybe we can ask, and I can put that. Okay, because for me it is very dangerous, and if someone is
Uh,
giving permission, I don't know if he is or she is very aware of what she's been, because she's just putting
Okay, well, let's
all these.
not do it. If you are concerned about it, we don't have to do it. We could ask people. Um, we actually will have everybody's email, right?
Yes, of
when
course.
they register. And this is something
Maybe we can inform that if they want to correspond to somebody, and
they could ask us.
yes,
Okay,
and but then we can give the person's email to the person that he wants to
requesting it.
correspond. So
Yeah,
if she or he wants to correspond with that person,
yeah,
we can just forward her or his
right,
email.
right. Okay, okay.
It is much safer.
So do you should when making this flyer, we want to have the link to the um,
Event page?
event and the link to register, right?
Huh. Well, actually,
Or is the
you can register.
registration going to be on the event
Yes,
page?
yes. And if
Okay,
you have the event page and you have a registration button, when you click it, it just opens a form in the event page,
okay.
and you just fill out, send it, submit it.
So if he's making a flyer, should he do it on the event page? Is this something that he would build for the event page, or is it just a separate document that is attached to an email?
Well, there are some options. One of them is to make the flyer the email itself, or maybe we can have some versions. We having because the event page has the society's uh, colors and format, and I don't think if we change it, and it might look very awkward because the color or the fonts might not
Right.
match.
Okay.
So they have their own format, uh, but we can basing on that. Maybe we shouldn't go much further or not very separated, because when a person sees it, it it should resemble System Dynamic Society's color or fonts or that look and feel. It might be a good thing because we can then
So,
show the
so
relation
should, do you
between
want
them.
to give me do you have the URL for the event page yet?
Yes, I have. Actually, it is published, but it is not listed in the calendar. So nobody knows where it is.
Yeah.
But it is already published, and I can, well, actually, I put it in our emails, and uh, and here it puts, okay. So if, where is the chat? 2025 International Pre-College System Thinking Symposium.
Okay. And
And if he'd like, he can give any advice on changing the format.
yeah. Um, okay. So there will be RSVP going. That doesn't have the um registration. If you click going, well, I'll click
Yes,
going and see what happens.
yes. It just opens the form, registration form.
Oh, I see.
We can change it from going to any other thing, any other word.
Yeah, we could use another word like register or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'll try to do that. It shouldn't be very
Um,
hard.
yeah. So he can see that. So I guess what I'm trying to decide is what do I tell him that he can use as an idea to make the form? Do you want to send the email with just a link to that, or do you want to send the email with a document
Yes.
that they can print out and give to people?
Well, I think that I was to say that we might have two versions. One a PDF version uh, of the flyer, and the other one is the email is constructed as that flyer, because when that email comes, when you received it, you don't have to put. All you have to do is click one
Button, right?
button
To register.
in the email. It is very
Right.
much more efficient, because then if please use this PDF, she tried to open the PDF and find the button or linked to that. It includes, or it adds some uh, more steps, and it might not be very. Uh,
But you think we need a PDF?
I think so, because
Okay.
maybe some of the schools uh, may find it useful to have a printout of it and put on the boards of the school
Okay.
for the teachers, because it is very, so the PDF version should have a barcode or a kind of uh, something to get the link by their mobile phones.
And he would not need access to MailJet. He would just be
No.
creating a email-based document that he could then send
Well,
to
actually,
us that
if he can do the flyer as a PDF, then I get the PDF version or whatever.
yeah.
I try to recreate a email from
Okay.
the
And
part.
so you don't want it as a PDF. You want it both as a something that is easier to, a PDF is not easy to extract content or
Hmm.
pictures off of. Do you have Word? Should he do it in Word and then PDF?
Well, I don't think he will be using Word for designing it. Probably they will Adobe or something, a professional kind of thing. But actually, I don't have Adobe because it is expensive. But I have an what was the name of uh, the name was Inkscape. Uh, I have a program called Inkscape, and it just opens PDF files as SVG files. So I
As
can
what?
SVG, scalable
Oh,
vector graphics files, and I can go into that document and find and get
okay.
the images or any visuals, anything. Uh,
It's Inkscape, Inscape.
Ink, yes, and Scape. Ink,
INK,
yes, INKSCAPE.
Inkscape. And it's not very expensive?
It is free,
Oh,
but it is
okay.
a bit complicated. It is like an Adobe Illustrator, actually, AI. So it took some of my time to learn how to operate it, but after that you get used to it. And
So all you need is the PDF.
yes, I think PDF is okay. And even if I could not do that, I can just ask for uh, that special visual or that part of it, that part of it.
Okay. And I'm thinking just one page.
Yes, I think it
Okay.
would be very good because
All right. So what I'll do is I'll send him this link so he can kind of look at the landing page. That's what I think it's called, is the landing page,
Yes.
and get some ideas from that. Okay. I can communicate with him, and have him start on this.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Then I should write register instead of going.
I
Uh,
think so. I think register is because then they will expect to have some kind of form to fill out.
yes, I think so. I'm going through the form and find, well, I can somehow, I
Okay.
can, I think.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're done for today.
Okay, so I'm waiting for the flyer to to be completed to start publishing. Or actually, it is published, but start listing the page,
Right.
maybe.
I
Yeah.
have to get this to him and give him a little bit of time to
Mhm.
do it. Maybe he can get it done in a few weeks.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
I thank you.
Talk to you in a few days.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.